5 stars. Yeah, I just finished reading Kindred by Octavia E. Butler, and we need to talk about this book. This is the story of a young Black woman living in the 1970s who's just going about her normal everyday life when all of a sudden she is traveling back in time to the days of slavery. And once she gets there, she discovers that she has to protect this white boy who is the son of a slave owner. As you can imagine, this book deals with some very difficult and heavy topics and themes and subject matter, so definitely check your trigger warnings before going into it. But that being said, I do think that everybody should read this book. I knew it was going to be good going into it, but I didn't know just how thought provoking it was going to be. I was honestly surprised and very taken aback by the way that this book forced me to look inward and really reflect on my own thought processes and mindset. I learned about slavery in school, but to be honest, it's not something that really has occupied a ton of my thoughts in my adult life. This book forced me to look head on into the dark and twisted past of this country and the realities that people used to face, human beings. I cannot fathom how people treated people that way. And it was so interesting to be inside of Dana's head as she was experiencing this because you realize just how complicit everybody was. And you're sitting here reading this book and you're thinking, how is everybody okay with this? How is everybody just allowing this to happen? But that's really how it was. This book handled a lot of really difficult subject matter in such a beautiful and careful way. This book originally came out in the 70s, but it is still so incredibly relevant and valuable. This is one of those books that is never going to not be relevant. Everybody should read this. It is a very difficult read. It is gruesome. It is sickening. It will make your stomach twist, but it is so necessary. I can honestly say that I learned so much from this book, and it really made me think and reflect. And that is my favorite kind of book to read. I love a book that can expand my worldview or give me a glimpse into somebody else's life that I will never be able to understand, but it will increase my empathy for them. That's what's so amazing about reading, is that you get to experience all walks of life and you get to learn about other people and cultures and experiences that are different from your own. I cannot stress this enough. I think everybody needs to read this book. This is what they should be teaching in schools rather than, I don't know, trying to whitewash our history, but I digress. If you have not yet read this book, please, I am begging you to pick it up. And if I didn't mention it already, this was 5 stars.